Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the official weigh-in for Heavy Impact. A great night of championship boxing tomorrow from Co-op Live in Manchester, England. It is all being brought to you by Frank Warren on behalf of Queensberry Promotions, along with their great sponsors. Riyadh Season, 32 Red, That Prize Guy, and Unibet. A big thanks to those great sponsors. It will be shown live worldwide on DAZN, and tickets can be purchased through ticketmaster.co.uk. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the weigh-in process started. Our first two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round bantamweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale from Batley, England, a veteran of 45 professional bouts. Here is Nabil Ahmed. $117.3 for Nabil Ahmed. Now we welcome to the scale from Liverpool, England. He had a stellar amateur career, becoming a 2-time national champion, and tomorrow night, making his professional boxing debut. Let's welcome Louis Zito. 117.5 for Louis Zito. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round bantamweight contest. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round featherweight contest. Let's first welcome to the scale, coming to us from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. His professional record, 6 wins, 11 defeats, 5 draws, 2 wins by knockout. Here is Alexander Morales. 128.4 for Alexander Morales. Now we welcome to the scale from right here, Manchester, England, undefeated with 2 victories. Here is Alfie Middlemiss. 127.2 for the undefeated Alfie Middlemiss. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round featherweight contest. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 6-round featherweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale, coming to us from Carue, Buenos Aires, Argentina. He has 20 professional bouts to his credit. Let's welcome Rodrigo Matias Arco. 129.6 for Rodrigo Matias Arco. Now we welcome to the scale from Morecambe, England, undefeated with 7 wins. 4 of those 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Nelson, the sexy one, Burchell. 127.11 for Nelson, the sexy one, Burchell. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round super featherweight contest. We will first welcome, coming to us from Lima, Callao, Peru. He brings a professional record of 18 wins, 16 defeats, 1 draw, 5 wins, coming by way of knockout. Here is Cesar Ignacio Paredes. 132.5 for Cesar Ignacio Paredes. Now we welcome to the scale from Southampton, Hampshire, England, undefeated with 13 wins. 7 of his 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Sugar Boy Roy, Royston Barney Smith. 132.9 for the undefeated Sugar Boy Roy, Royston Barney Smith.
We're going to do Rampton at the back, yeah? Sorry? Yes. Rampton, Musa, Chapman, and I've got the last one. Chapman and Musa is going at the back.
Right, at the very end.
Yes. Yeah, the next one is Scaringi.
Is next on the scale.
Scaringi and Mark
Next. What's the last? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 8-round super featherweight contest.
Turn round, face off. Closer, boys. Well done. Thank you. Away you go, son.
4 defeats, 3 of those 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Miguel Angel Scarin. Fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round super lightweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale from Salford, England, undefeated with 13 wins. Here is Super Alex Murphy.
Obviously, you guys probably saw, instead of cruiserweight, it is a super lightweight contest.
139.13.
A lot of good super lightweights. These two unbeaten, guys.
Super.
Yep, say it again,
These
Alex.
two unbeaten. There's a lot of good super lightweights.
Yeah, there
These
is.
two
I mean,
unbeaten.
there's a lot of guys, even in the UK.
Now we welcome
we
to
mentioned
the
a few there
scale
in
from Bolton,
Adam Azim
England.
and
He
Dalton
had a
Smith.
stellar amateur
You've also got
career,
Jack Rafferty, who's on this
becoming a
card too. But
three-time
these kids are good
national
unbeaten prospects.
champion, now
But it'll be kind of
undefeated as a
be interesting to see what happens here on the
with
night.
14 wins,
Someone
4 wins.
won't have
Coming by
an undefeated
way of
record anymore
knockout,
after this
here
one. But
is Khalil,
Khalid's
the
not a bad
real
fighter.
deal
I don't really know too much
Majid.
about the opponent, but so I can't really comment too much on the fight, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, one thing Khalil does have, though, Darren, is Buddy McGirt in his corner.
Yes.
And I guess if you got Buddy McGirt, almost by default, you have to be pretty good, don't you?
Yeah, it's not bad at all. What advice? Someone to help steer you in the right direction moving forward. He's been there and done it. A very good fighter, as Cole said, is Majid. And Alex Murphy, look, he doesn't have a stoppage on his record, which surprises me. Very aggressive on the front foot. He's a natural counterpuncher, but he does it whilst coming forward. So I don't think it's going to be long until we see the best of Murphy. But this is a step up for the young man.
Yeah, big step up for both. Again, Khalil Majid, a lot of people talking about him. Again, I mentioned the fact he is with Buddy McGirt, and he wants to take that next step, really, and let's see if he can get past the unbeaten Murphy. Should be interesting. Did you ever take anything from face-offs? Everyone says whoever looks away first has lost. Did you ever take anything away?
I never really looked into that too much, but there was once I had one with Kiko Martinez, the second time I fought him, and there's a photograph, and we've got our heads on each other's head, but he's looking at the floor. And once I seen that photograph, I kind of thought, I've got him here. Whether that's true or not, I don't know.
Well, I'm here with Super Alex Murphy. That was quite a tense little face-off there. What did you think of that?
Yeah, well, he didn't want to look away first. I didn't want to look away first, but in the end he did, so happy days.
Someone had to look away first. Listen, you got the Superman pants on. We saw all of that. Is it going to be a super performance tomorrow night?
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what I want to do, put on a good performance and just show everyone what I can do.
Go well, Alex Murphy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Super Alex Murphy. Let's go across now and speak to his opponent tomorrow evening, Khalil Majid. And Khalil, it feels like tomorrow night is the chance for you to really change your life. All that work, tomorrow night, this is it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've got over 1,000 people coming tomorrow, so I'm doing it all for them.
You didn't want to look away. He didn't want to look away. Can you take anything from that?
It's a stare-off, it's a fight. We're going to fight tomorrow, and that's what matters.
Prediction?
I'll win.
Khalil Majid, ladies and gentlemen. Back to you, Thomas.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 10-round cruiserweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale, coming to us from Valdivia, Chile. He brings a professional record of 12 wins, 3 defeats, 7 of those 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Gerardo Mayado. $196.2 for Gerardo Mayado. Now we will welcome to the scale a native of Albania, now fighting out of Oberkirch, Germany. His professional record, 19 wins, just 1 defeat, 8 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current IBF international champion. Let's welcome Jürgen Uldi. 199.1 for Jürgen Uldi.
Don Charles starting to put a nice little stable together. It isn't just Daniel Dubois. He's obviously got Jürgen here, who's got a couple of good wins on the resume. One that stands out is Stephen Ward. A lot of people think this guy could be the real deal. Just the one defeat as well, 19 wins. And that's solid. In the cruiserweight division, we know one of the best divisions in boxing right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's red hot, the cruiserweight division. This guy, he looks the part anyway. The opponent maybe not as body beautiful as he is, but if you want to pick a winner on looks, I think we know which one we're picking.
100%. Yeah, physically very impressive. Let's see how he gets on tomorrow. Again, cruiserweight division's an open division right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow it will be a battle of the undefeated. Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest. It will be for the Commonwealth Super Lightweight Championship. We will first welcome the challenger coming to us from Leeds, Yorkshire, England. He brings an undefeated record with 14 wins, 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Orie. 139.1 for the undefeated challenger, Orie. And now let's welcome the defending champion from Oldham, England. He is undefeated with 25 wins, 16 of those 25 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the current British and WBC International Silver Champion, and tomorrow night, the reigning and defending Commonwealth Champion, Jack the Demolition Man Rafferty. 139.12 for Jack the Demolition Man Rafferty.
Frank has such a big stable that sometimes fighters can get lost in that stable, and I always feel like it's now a full-on promotion to everyone, to get everyone to know who Jack Rafferty is.
Yeah. Go on, Darn.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm a fan. I think he's a very good fighter. He's no nonsense. He's in your face, he's aggressive, and he looks to close the show in style. Had a really tricky fight with Henry Turner, who was a southpaw, and there were some early rounds there where he may have lost, and Corey O'Regan's a very, very good slippery southpaw, if you like, but in that fight against Turner, he got the job done.
Yeah.
He worked the body really well. He slowed him down and got to those later rounds. I think it was round 9 and got the job done. This is a big step up for O'Regan, though. Only done 8 round 1s, Cole.
So Jack Rafferty, he's from the same gym as Terry Flanagan. If you can picture Terry Flanagan, high fights, high out push, marching forward, trying to kind of outwork the opponents, and that's what we get from Jack Rafferty. But he's tough, and I do think he's a fighter that probably doesn't get the credit he deserves.
And he's got all the hardware to show how successful he's been so far, but obviously he wants to take that next step, and I feel like if he comes through this one, there is something big planned for him in the back end of 2025. Again, look, I know we brought to talk about Dalton Smith and Adam Azim. He's not too far from both of those guys.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. He's full of confidence right now, so yeah, let's see what he does.
A step up in weight, a step up in level. Tell us why you feel you're ready to walk away with a Commonwealth title.
You'll see why. Tomorrow night, you'll see exactly why. Self-belief, that's what it is. A big set of balls and self-belief. I think that's the opportunity I needed, so I've been gifted it in a way, at the weight above, but it is what it is.
Go well, Corey O'Regan. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Corey O'Regan. Let's hear now from his opponent, Jack Rafferty. And Jack, I mean, so many years on the small halls. You're on the big stage now, my friend, but you've got a very, very worthy, hungry challenger.
Oh, you've got a tricky opponent tomorrow. I know what he's about, I know what his team is, I know what he is, but I know what I can do. It's going to be a short-term job, and I'm excited to put a show on the first Stone Show.
Let's hear it for Jack Rafferty, ladies and gentlemen.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round light heavyweight contest. We will first welcome to the scale from London, England. He is a veteran of 70 professional bouts. Here is Robbie, the Camden caretaker, Chapman. 170.5 for Robbie, the Camden caretaker, Chapman. Now we welcome to the scale a native of Ghana, now fighting out of Congleton, Cheshire, England, a stellar amateur, becoming a 3-time national champion, and now tomorrow making his professional boxing debut. Here is Rambo Rampton Musa. 168.2 for Rambo Rampton Musa. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, these two competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round light heavyweight contest.
Face off. Face off. Orie next, right? Yeah, mate. That'll do, boys. We're done. You look pretty. You look pretty.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 4-round heavyweight contest. Let's first welcome to the scale, coming to us from Sarajevo, Bosnia. He brings a record of 3 wins, 7 defeats. One of those 3 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is Milos Velic. $293.8 for Milos Velic. And now we welcome to the scale from Wolverhampton, England. He had a stellar amateur career, proudly representing Great Britain in the 2024 Olympics. And now tomorrow, he makes his highly anticipated professional boxing debut. Let's welcome Delicious Orie. 245.9 for Delicious Orie.
Yeah, he's in great shape. he's in fantastic shape. That's 245 pounds, and there's not an ounce of fat on him. Do you guys remember your debut?
Just about.
Go back to the memory bank.
I certainly didn't look like him, that's for sure. But he'd be buzzing to get his journey underway. Like I say, ticks a lot of boxes, and we're in for a hell of a ride.
Yeah, a lot of people are excited about him. Obviously, look, as I said, Queensberry have all the heavyweights, so he's always going to get good matchups.
He's done a good stable.
A very good stable.
I mean, and then there's fights there for him. But I'm telling you now, there's a couple of guys just about to come on the stage here, and David Adeleye and TKV. Delicious Orie, I know that he's a very ambitious guy. Give it 2 or 3 fights, he'll already be starting to look at them sort of opponents. This is
so already potentially looking at a British title fight in a couple of fights.
Very, very soon. I think so. Obviously, it's about developing an engine and a tank, but the kid has high ambitions.
I mean, we've got one more sleep until that big professional debut. What are the thoughts? What are the feelings? What are the emotions right now?
I'm excited. That's all I can say. First ever presser, first ever weigh-in. What can I say? This is different. You know, I'm very much to just getting the draw done. weighing in and just going to fight. But yeah, this is good. This is fun.
Best of luck to you tomorrow evening. Let's hear it for delicious Orie. Back to Thomas Treiber.
Our next two fighters competing tomorrow in a scheduled 12-round contest, and it will be for the vacant British Heavyweight Championship. Let's first welcome to the scale from Tottenham, London, England. His professional record, 8 wins, just 1 defeat. 5 of those 8 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the current IBO champion, Jeamie TKV Shakiva. 254.9 for Jeamie TKV Shakiva. And now we welcome to the scale from Ladbroke Grove, London, England. His professional record, 13 wins, just 1 defeat. 12 of those 13 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former WBO European and the current English champion, Big D, David Adeleye. $239.13 for Big D, David Adeleye.
Yeah, Jeamie TKV with a slight weight advantage. We kind of all expected it. This has become, Carl, the people's main event. TKV just a 1 defeat. That was on cuts. And obviously Adeleye got stopped by Wardley. This should be a good one, this.
Yeah, both good fighters. I think both kind of wear their heart in their sleeve and are aggressive fighters, kind of seeking to destroy. I've seen a lot more of David Adley. And I like what I see about David. I think that he tries to bang you out. That's what we want to see as a heavyweight fighter. But this is an interesting fight, but at this stage you gotta have Adley as the favourite. Yeah,
coming off that Solomon Dacres first round destruction, obviously now with Adam Booth as well. He's liking that link up with Adam.
Yeah, he is, and full of confidence. We see that. I think temperament is going to play a massive, massive part in this contest. Who can hold it together? Because as we've seen, they don't like each other. There's bad blood. And it's about holding it together so you can execute your game plan as well as you can possibly do so. But this is one not to blink.
I don't think I've ever seen that much security on a small stage like that.
No, no.
I was like, is it reinforced? Have we got something down there?
It was civil enough in the end, wasn't it?
I hope we're going to hear from both. Yeah, okay, we are. I can see Dev with Jeamie TKV. Let's throw it to Dev. He's with Jeamie TKV on stage.
Okay, here with Jeamie TKV. Now, the build-up has been feisty. Has this one become a little bit personal?
Yeah, it has. As you saw yesterday and earlier on in the week, it got very personal, and we're going to settle it tomorrow.
You said that you think he's a bit scared. Now, you've just gone face-to-face with him. Did you see that then?
That's a scared man. I saw a scared man, again.
What's your prediction, Jeamie?
Jeamie, TKV, TKO. Let's go.
Okay, you heard it here first. TKV, TKO. Let's hear it for Jeamie TKV. And now let's speak to Big D, David Adley. He said that he saw fear in your eyes, David.
Yeah, I'm frightened. I'm frightened.
What are you thinking? You've gone face-to-face. The build-up's been pretty feisty. You don't look particularly frightened to me. What are you thinking about your opponent and the way he's been acting?
Frightening, man. He said I'm scared. I'm scared. We've got 24 hours, right?
He's normally cool, calm and collected. What, have you rattled him?
I mean, I think so. He flung the table, didn't he? So, yeah. All he does is eat off tables. That's why he didn't want to face off with me without his jacket on.
Give us your prediction.
You know I'm knocking him out. Straight knockouts. Trust me.
Well, that's the prediction from David Adeleye. My goodness.
Get a quick one.
Ladies and gentlemen, our main event tomorrow night, live worldwide on DAZN. It is scheduled for 10 rounds and will be for the vacant WBO International Heavyweight Championship. We will first welcome to the scale, coming to us from Zagreb, Croatia, a 2016 Olympic bronze medalist. He now has a professional record of 17 wins, just 1 defeat. 14 of those 17 wins coming by way of knockout. Here is the former IBF and WBC international champion, Filip El Animal Hrgović. $250.6 for Filip El Animal Hrgović. And now we welcome to the scale from Putney, London, England, a 2016 Olympic silver medalist, now with a professional record of 16 wins, 3 defeats, 15 of those 16 wins coming by way of knockout. He is the former WBO interim world champion, Joe the Juggernaut Joyce. $275.1 for Joe the Juggernaut Joyce. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
main event time, the big boys. I have to say, I was slightly distracted because just in front of us, it was kicking off between Adeleye's team and Jeamie TKV's team. But this is the main event, this is the big boys. And Joe Joyce coming in at 275, slightly below his 281. Again, it's ever so slightly, but maybe he's saying, okay, let's downsize a little bit. Let's see if we can get those speed in the legs.
Yeah, do you know what, though? I kind of agree with what Cole was saying about the extra weight maybe being a benefit to Joe Joyce, but look, he does need to be faster than he has been in his last couple of fights if he's going to be able to nullify the threat of Filip Hrgović. And Filip Hrgović, on the flip side, I think he really needs to find some form. He needs to grab this fight by the scruff of the neck. He needs to show us why he's nicknamed El Animal.
Yeah, Filip Hrgović, we haven't seen since that Daniel Dubois defeat. And I think people need to remind themselves, he wasn't stopped or stopped on cuts.
Yeah.
He was doing some good work in that fight as well.
Especially early on. But Daniel kind of just broke his heart. But that's what Joel wanted to do. Joel wanted to break his heart, bring him in, drag him into the second half of the fight. But one problem Joe has is Filip Hrgović is very fast, punches well in combinations. Very accurate as well. Yeah. So Joe just needs to be a little bit careful going forward.
All right, let's hear from El Animal. He's on stage with Devsani.
Okay, I'm here with El Animal, Filip Hrgović. And Filip, we haven't seen you in what feels like forever. You look like a man who's just happy to be back.
Of course, thanks for this opportunity. Glad to be here and looking forward for tomorrow and for a big KO.
A big KO. Listen, when people face off, when fighters face off, sometimes they say, I saw fear, I saw nerves. What did you see in the eyes of Joe Joyce?
We'll see tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow, but I'm glad to be here. I feel great and can't wait for tomorrow night.
Do you feel like you've got a point to prove? A point to prove to the world?
Of course, it wasn't my best edition in the last fight, and I want to prove that I'm the best, that I can beat anyone, and I'm ready.
Best of luck to you, Filip Hrgović, El Animal. Let's speak to the juggernaut. Now, Joe Joyce, I've been at all your last few weigh-ins, and you've been a lot heavier than that. This looks like an in-shape and ready Joe Joyce.
Juggernaut 2.0, here I am, on the scales of muscle, bone, and desire to get back to the top of the sport.
You're going to show that desire on DAZN?
That's, of course, this is why I'm here.
Listen, the weight is actually quite close to what you were against Joseph Parker. It's the same city that you beat Joseph Parker. Is it going to be the same sort of performance?
Yeah, I got that win in Performer, and I'm coming, I'm here, so be Saturday night, don't miss it. It's going to be a great fight.
Best of luck to you, Joe Joyce. Let's hear it for the juggernaut, Joe Joyce, back tomorrow night.